You want to talk about the FTX situation first?
Yeah, man. So fill me in. I've been out. You suspended me 2 weeks for being a real nigga. Being a real nigga costs like Kyrie Irving. When you're a real nigga out here, like Kyrie Irving, like yay, the man comes to get you. When you real nigga like me, like I'm just a black man from Exton, Pennsylvania, you get bushed for a couple weeks. You get white man saying, "Hey man, you being too real right now. Go ahead, sit down, take time out, time out."
You know,
So I don't know what's going on, man. Like, wait, so this guy just ran off people's money, and he's out here tweeting and shit. Like, shit's cool.
he ain't been tweeting. He's been trying to confuse bots that are trying to archive his old tweets. That's what he's been trying to do.
Okay.
So here's what happened. His daddy is Joseph Bankman. Joseph Bankman has drawn up legislation. He's an attorney. He's drawn up legislation for Elizabeth Warren in regards to tax. Well connected landlord. And he basically uses his connections for his son. I mean, BlackRock was an investor in this thing. Okay? To show you how. So basically, what you have is a situation where his dad is like, look, you got this idea. We're going to pump it. And it's going to be successful because I'm going to call all my friends with money like BlackRock and they're going to invest in it. So a whole bunch of VC money gets dumped into this, right? By the hundreds of millions, For example, if you dump 100 million into a company, you can pretty much value that company $1 billion overnight just because of the $100 million investment, right? So you got several different donations. Biden administration. What happened first? Was it the Biden admin? No. Biden announced his campaign run, then FTX launches. His mother runs this organization called Mind the Gap. That's Barbara Fried. His aunt is Linda Fried. She working with the World Economic Forum. I think the brother was working on like pandemic research and the aunt was working on pandemic research. What do they call it? Entomologist. I forget what the term is called. Epidemiologist. Thank you. Epidemiologist.
Yeah.
So that's what the aunt was. Now the mama runs Mind the Gap. Barbara Fried. And Barbara comes up with this thing, which basically is a statistical model, which is going to tell the Democrats exactly where their money, where the donor money should go to have the most impact. And not only that, what they're going to do is they're going to dump the money overnight in the fall and sometimes all on the same day so the Republicans can't quite counteract it. Meanwhile, the son, Sam Bankman Fried, he is the second largest donor to the Democratic Party behind only George Soros. His organization is run out of
China,
Hong Kong to be exact. He lives in the Bahamas, both of these places where there's not as much regulation as the United States of America. And basically what he's doing is he's leveraging capital to create debt. And he's over leveraging the capital to create debt. We're going to find out by how much. I'm assuming it's probably over 100x. He was bugging. To show you the type of money he was spending, not only was he the second highest donor to the Democratic Party behind none other than George Soros, he paid off or made equity partners Tom Brady, Giselle Bundchen, who the boy from the that shoot real well from the Golden State Warriors, the light skinned boy.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry was down with them.
Tom Brady was with him, wasn't he?
I just said that. Did I say that?
Okay,
I didn't say
bad.
that. Tom Brady and Giselle. Yeah.
Okay.
Tom Brady, Giselle, Miami Heat Stadium. That was the FTX Stadium. MLB, Golden State Warriors. and a whole list of other celebrities to tell you the type of money that was. So when you have this type of influence and the type of money flowing around, I mean, once you got Tom Brady, who's not going to trust your platform for investing, right? You're like, oh, it's Tom Brady. Of course we got to trust this, right? Now he's over leveraging the capital to create debt. But one of the funny things is he had a betting platform that he created, and on his betting platform, basically his betting platform, you could bet on the elections. And he bet 7.3 million, I believe the number was, that Donald Trump would lose the 2024 elections. So he's the second highest donor to the Biden campaign behind George Soros. Over leveraging debt, betting that Trump. So this is another thing. This is how we know like things are in movement behind the scenes and we're late to know about it. How is he betting on Trump losing an election when Trump hasn't even announced yet? It's a small club and we ain't in it, so we ain't even gonna go there. So, CZ, Binance founder, who was once a partner with FTX. Keep in mind there's this like hedge fund or fake hedge fund or whatever it's called, Alameda Research, that's doing some dealings. CZ goes, hey, you know they ain't got no money. You know they broke. So what happens when you tell people that a bank is broke? Well, I covered it on my channel with John Law. I covered it in my book, The Patriot Report, Unmasking the Conspiracy of Money and War. Written by yours truly. What happens when people are alarmed that the bank doesn't have any money? Well, you have a bank run. So what does everybody do? They start pulling their funds. Come to find out, he's carrying way more debt than he has capital. Report today said he was logging into the system, moving crypto out of the system illegally since the bankruptcy was filed. It's so bad that the dude who handled the Enron insolvency is handling this one, and he said he's never seen anything like it. Enron. I forget the brother's name. This is the biggest financial crime in history. Now we got James Brown. What's her name? Black lady. Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters is supposed to be
James Brown.
That's how I remember her. I'm sorry. Maxine Waters is the chair on this investigation. Meanwhile, there's pictures of Maxine Waters hanging out with this dude. He's supposed to be speaking next week with Zuckerberg, Janet Yellen, and many others. Many other leftists. But he also testified in Congress. I can't say testified. He was at a congressional hearing handling cryptocurrency regulation. Basically saying, yes, I'm down for cryptocurrency regulation. Why? Because he was going to be the one guy to benefit from it. So now he's in.
How is he? Because I think the Washington Post World Economic Forum, they were going to have
New York Times,
like a conference or something. Like it had him, Zelensky, Zuckerberg,
Zelensky
the
was
treasurer.
There. Yeah. Yep. I don't know if he's gonna be there next week. I mean, I think that's on the 30th. I don't think he's gonna be there. I'll be on the plane then, but I don't think he's gonna be there.
Like what? Is anybody gonna arrest him? Is anybody gonna put hands and feet on him? Like what's going on?
Exactly. This is gonna be a situation where we're gonna have to say Sam Bankman didn't kill himself. This is what's gonna come down to. I think he's gonna get away, man. When you got that type of clout and power and connections, I mean, what's really gonna happen?
You know, it just bothers me that mainstream media was like pushing this guy.
Yes.
Like he was in all these major magazines and everything.
Like he was some hero.
Come on, man. Like that was crazy. And here he is being a crook of all crooks.
Mm-hmm. Crook of all crooks, yep. Allegedly a sex tape is dropping tomorrow.
Of who? Him and his
I,
girl?
I guess I saw somebody tweet out a picture. It was redacted over her private parts, but she naked, posing for the camera, talking about. And I think they publishing the thing on blockchain, so you can't even erase the shit. I understand there's people that were inside FTX. Remember, he screwed his employees, so who knows? Like, you know, what employees know what. But they said they had some sort of polyamorous relationship going on in the Bahamas. So who knows what's going to be on this tape?
Now, was this on purpose, just so the government can come in with their save the day with their government backed? What is it going to be, a coin or whatever?
Yeah, the central bank digital currency. We also saw released this week was a regulated liability network technology 12-week pilot program with the New York Fed, Wachovia, and a bunch of other commercial banks. So was this a digital false flag? That's what some people are speculating. They're saying this is a financial false flag, and that either he was set up or him and his people set this up to make crypto look bad, so that the government would pass legislation. And as I've reported on in the past, March 9th, executive order by Biden in regards to digital assets, his September paper in regards to digital assets. So they've been setting this thing up all along. Now we're going to have to see what happens with this trial. And many people, including Maxine Waters, are calling for stricter regulation of the cryptocurrency space because of this. I would not rule out the fact that this is a financial false flag.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. It's wild. It's the most important event of the year, maybe our lives.
But how, all right, explain to me, because some people, I think Reaction put up a meme. How is it washing money with the Ukraine? How did the Ukraine get into this?
Oh, so FTX to support the Ukraine efforts, there was a donation platform. So what people were doing was they were I believe they're sending crypto, but apparently the crypto was being cashed out into fiat in the Ukraine. However, FTX was making profits on that. So it could be like, you know, if you're saying like we want to send money to Ukraine, right? You could do it through the crypto and sort of get the money to Ukraine entities through that crypto system. So it could be a way to sort of wash funds. It could be. It's plausible. I don't know if there's much proof there. But FTX did make profits on those because it happened on their platform. And I believe it happened with their token too, but don't quote me on that. And then those profits, where those profits go? Those profits go straight to the Biden campaign.
So this guy was the three biggest fuckeries in the recent years: the Biden campaign, Ukraine, and the scandemic. This guy was behind getting money behind all three of them joints.
He was connected to it. I mean, you figure, what was that? His brother and his aunt were all. His brother was doing something with the pandemics. I know his aunt was the epidemiologist, so that's the pandemic. What's the other one you said? Biden campaign. Yeah, that was his mother and him. And what was the third one? Ukraine. Yeah, and he's connected to the Ukraine situation.
Fucking crook. Like,
keep in mind, Men of Order covered this. We covered the FTX Ukraine situation, like many other outlets did. I won't say we were the only ones, but we did cover it. menoforder.com when Ukraine did receive those, collaborate with FTX for crypto donations.